Hey, what's up, everyone? So, let's dive right into this, share some knowledge with each other on one of the most difficult addictions we will ever face as a human being, which is a love addiction. Basically, when talking or when we're in love, what love is a it's this feeling of being whole. It's like I feel complete. I feel I have arrived. I have everything that I need. It's a feeling that I believe comes from our biology, from our instincts, to help us with survival, basically, which is it's a reward feeling that we get when we do the right thing according to our nature. So our nature wants us to reproduce, it wants us to eat, it wants us to be healthy so that we can survive, and not just survive, but also uh, reproduce, and so that our species will survive. So our biology is always going to reward us with really good feelings and good sensations whenever we do something that helps us with our survival. And you'll notice that every time you feel good about anything, you can trace it back and it will have some sort of link to your survival being more guaranteed, you know? So when we are in a relationship or we've just met someone, we've decided that we're going to enter a relationship with each other, you feel whole, you feel complete, you feel, I've reached my objective. Yeah, I feel awesome now. So all those amazing feelings you basically transcend to a new state of being. You can almost become a new person. You'll transform. You'll be more at ease. You'll be happier. Just you'll just be stronger, more confident, more happier, feeling great. There's so much that comes with it. And therefore, when we go through a breakup or a divorce or we lose someone that we love, even if it's a friend, you know, even whatever, even pets, I'm sure, when we lose that love, it's all of the opposite. So where there was wholeness, now there's emptiness. Where there was confidence, now there's anxiety. Where there was happiness, now there's sadness. And this is very important for us to be aware of. Okay, look, as human beings, we've got to learn about ourselves. The Greeks used to say, know thyself. They used to carve that on the top of their temples when you walk in. Know who you are, know how your mind works, and this is an important, very important one to know about, because knowing that love is makes us feel it's in the way that it does so powerful and whole, and the absence of it or the breakup of it, it's not necessarily the absence, but it's like once you've experienced that high and then it's gone, there's the opposite. And I call this the pendulum effect. And we will see the pendulum effect throughout our life, not just with love addiction or other addictions, but just on a day to day basis. When you feel good, you move in one direction, but it will never last forever. So there will be the opposite. It's like a swing, like a pendulum. It will swing. So our life will be a constant swing between feeling good and the opposite. And that's why you'll see spiritual people, Buddhists and whatnot, more conservative religious people, they will avoid the things that feel too good, like sex. They'll won't drink. They will, they'll live more conservatively to bring things here to like reduce the amount of good, because then the negative is going to be there. So they'll try to kind of walk here, live here. I'm not a believer that you have to do this. I'm not against it. If you wish to live this way, that's awesome, because from here you can learn a lot of strength, confidence, focus, and connect with a lot of. You can empower yourself tremendously, but I don't think that you have to always be here. You can be here, get your power from this place, and then slowly move, and just be aware. Just be aware. What you don't want to do is, you don't want to. This is good in life, but what you don't want in life is that you're here, and then one day someone says, "Come on, try some heroin." You're like, "No, no, I'm fine." "No, try it." And then boom, or I can't remember which side's the positive or the negative. Let's say this is positive, yeah. So you're here, and then all of a sudden, boom, heroin. Whoa, this is so awesome. But then the crash is like horrible, and then you need more heroin to keep you up here, but then you're digging your hole deeper and deeper and deeper, and then finally, when you're just not getting the fix anymore and you stop, you're in hell. Okay? And that's hell on earth. And being in control of the pendulum, or being aware of the pendulum, being here, is so important. So it's the same with love. I can tell you from my life experience, I never had many relationships, didn't date that much until recently. But my when I got into my first major relationship, I was happy before my relationship, because I was single, I was enjoying my life, focusing on music, and so I was kind of like here, yeah. But then when I got attached and I got love addicted to my ex, what was good, here or there? I can't remember. I I went to one extreme, yeah. So boom, it was so awesome. I was living in this amazing world every day. We were, intimate. We were eating great food. We were just enjoying life every day. And then when it's over, boom, like heroin, all the way down the other end. So sorry, I kept forgetting which side was good, or high and low. But anyway, be aware of that. The pendulum effect, I like to call it. And the pendulum effect will be all throughout your life, no matter what you do. It can be anything that stimulates you and makes you feel good will have the opposite effect when it's gone. So living in a more meditative way, this is when people talk about meditation, means that it's okay for the ups and downs. That's fine. That's life. But maybe step back, learn to step back and observe it. Because when you step back and you can observe, as what we're doing now, we're stepping back, and I'm showing the pendulum effect, and you have to start to see that within you, and how that your pendulum rhythm is. Everyone has their own unique pendulum rhythm. Mine, like for example, sometimes I'll go a month feeling a certain way, then a month feeling another way, and then you want to slowly bring it into some sort of balance and harmony and control. But when we go through a breakup, it's like bang, bang, bang. It's like this, because you've just had a big high, and then it's just gone low. So of course there's going to be swings until it slows down. Or Eckhart Tolle has a way of explaining, where once he talks about, like, the birth of awakening is like, it's not going to be overnight, but it's going to be like you've turned off a fan, and how a fan, it slowly, it's a similar sort of analogy, but for a different topic. So yeah, be aware of the pendulum effect and love addiction, yeah. And why you feel like shit is because of these things that I'm talking about. Now, how to get out of it is, you don't want to keep taking heroin, because you're going to make it more hell, okay? So you don't want to keep taking heroin. You don't want to go into rebound relationships. You don't want to just jump into dating and other, because it's the same thing. You're trying to keep that high. You're trying to keep that wholeness and that feeling. You're trying to keep that. Yeah, but it's okay. Sometimes you just have to allow what's where you are to just drop, and that's can be when you accept and you break up, and but then you'll start to heal, people. Let time do it, and going through this healing process, you are going to become so strong. Okay, it's worth it. It's worth it. Another example I like to use is like antibiotics. By the way, try to avoid using antibiotics if you can. Obviously, there's time and place where you need to use it and it's a must, but I completely try to avoid them, even when it's like serious, more serious things, because I believe like my body should learn how to fight certain things, bacteria, viruses, cuts, breaks, whatever. Antibiotics is what it does is it comes in and it destroys all of your bacteria in your body, including the good bacteria that helps us to stay healthy. So it blows everything out, and then usually people wind up becoming really weak and unhealthy. And also, when you introduce antibiotics in, a big thing that's happening now is that viruses and bacteria and other illnesses are learning to adapt to the antibiotics, and they become stronger. And then you can't use them. Then I know a lot of people that the antibiotics don't work for them anymore, and they're screwed. They've got like some issues, and there's just nothing that they can do. They've got permanent like bacterial infections or whatever. Yeah. So this is all linked to what I'm talking about, and I hope that you're all kind of seeing the links here. But you want to allow your heart to heal so that it learns how to deal with this stuff again in the future. But if you're going to just like go into rebound dating and whatever it is just to keep your high up here, you're not going to allow yourself to get strong. You're just going to keep yourself really, really weak and weak and weak, and you'll never be able to stay high for forever. There is going to be a crash, and the time when it happens, it could be really severe. All right, and we don't want that to happen. So let's all heal in a healthy way. Take the burn, take the hardship. It's okay. It will not last. Believe me, it will not last. I'm here if you guys ever want to comment and write me messages or ask for advice. Okay. And yeah, sending you all the best. So that's a quick video on love addiction and the pendulum effect. And knowing your pendulum effect is so important. I see it in myself every day. I'll feel like crap maybe in the morning, but then I'll feel better in the afternoon. I might feel like crap in the afternoon, but then I'll feel better at night. So just remember, nothing lasts forever, not even the crappy feeling that you might be feeling now. But it's also important when you're feeling awesome and happy and high to also remember this isn't going to last forever. I'm not saying ruin your pleasure, but be aware that this is a spike, the pendulum is in one direction, because being aware that it's going to go back to the other side will make this whole process way, you'll be more powerful with the process.